It's really my pleasure to be here today to give opening remarks on behalf of USAID. It gives me great excitement to look out and see this diverse group of policymakers, researchers, academics, implementers, and donors from various sectors all in one place to talk about topics that we hold dear: linkages between agriculture, nutrition, and resilience. So this is an exciting time for nutrition globally, as many around the world are finally speaking the same language, particularly in talking about agriculture to nutrition pathways to resilience. This is really illustrated in the remarkable growth of this symposium over the last 7 years, as my colleagues were just discussing. It is also really a testament to all of you and the efforts that you make on an ongoing basis, on a daily basis, to make this work important and impactful. So this symposium really embodies an important ideal that is shared by our respective governments, that learning from our experience improves our agriculture and nutrition outcomes. It also demonstrates our joint commitment to linking research, policy, and programmatic interventions. We know that these values are shared not only by our governments, but by many of you here today. You have dedicated your professional lives to understanding the complex relationship between agriculture and human nutrition. In Nepal has shown that short-term nutrition-specific interventions can improve nutrition for today's infant and children, while longer-term food system interventions improve production, quality, diversity, affordability, and ultimately safe and adequate consumption. Research has proven that good nutrition and food security are closely tied to resilient communities. And on a more basic level, a well-nourished child will be better able to recover from an illness. At the community level, climate and other shocks can impact families and threaten livelihoods and food security. For example, we know that farming communities in Nepal are vulnerable to climate and other shocks that can threaten their livelihoods and food insecurity. And at a systems level, resilient agriculture, food security, health systems can ensure that families and communities are well nourished and healthy even when they encounter shocks. We are very fortunate to be able to explore these linkages in Nepal, as the country is recognized as a world leader in evidence-based, multi-sectoral nutrition programming. The government in Nepal continues to lead the way with the country's second multi-sectoral nutrition plan, which was developed by 7 ministries under the leadership of the National Planning Commission. Nepal's leadership is further proven by its investment in nutrition-specific programming. While the 2018 Global Nutrition Report states that government leadership and spending on nutrition-specific programming increased by 23% globally over the past 5 years, the governments of Nepal, Vietnam, Madagascar, and Mauritania increased spending on nutrition by over 100% since 2016. The government of Nepal's investment in nutrition increased by $68.7 million in 2017 alone. This demonstrating a strong commitment and a significant step on Nepal's journey to self-reliance. The results of Nepal's commitment are clear. The country has experienced one of the world's fastest reductions in stunting, a 37% drop over 15 years, which is a tremendous accomplishment. So this success story can be attributed to 3 different elements: government leadership, collaboration, and the integration of research and implementation. Research reveals that these same elements were at work in other countries that were addressing stunting successfully, such as Senegal, Bangladesh, Ethiopia, Zambia, and Odisha State in India, where we have seen tremendous improvements. The absence of any one of these 3 elements would have made progress much slower. We've recently witnessed outstanding leadership on the part of the government in Nepal at the Scaling Up Nutrition Gathering of 2019, which really showcased the success of Nepal's integrated multi-sectoral nutrition programming. So going forward, I really urge the government of Nepal to continue to seek opportunities to assert and exert its leadership to raise global awareness of nutrition-related issues and motivate stakeholders to take action. Stakeholder collaboration is just as important as government leadership. Nepal could not have been a success story without the willingness and strong desire of all nutrition stakeholders to contribute to Nepal's success and the government of Nepal's vision. I commend you all for your willingness to work together collaboratively to achieve this success. And I call upon you to continue this strong track record, to build on the strong and productive collaboration that has enabled Nepal to achieve the gains it has to date. Furthermore, we see that continued dedication to high-quality evidence into policy and programming to generate and interpret evidence is extremely important. And we are pleased that USAID can contribute and help. We've been proud to support many examples of this type of research and programming around the world. And the results of some of these studies will be presented here at this symposium. Continuing this integration, both nationally and at programmatic level, depends on all of us working collaboratively, researchers, implementers, academics, and government officials. We must continue to invest in cutting-edge research to generate strong empirical evidence. And most importantly, we must ensure that we use this evidence to accurately translate it into policy and programming so we see an impact. Our collective experience from existing and completed programs must inform the future directions of researching and programming to ensure that evidence-based programming achieves the best outcomes possible. Our research must also continue to delve deeper into areas where we lack sufficient empirical evidence. For example, we need to better understand and monitor the potential causes of social inequalities in nutrition, the impact of widespread outmigration on nutrition status, the social and cultural norms that are barriers to better nutrition, and the biological mechanisms that affect nutritional status. So that brings us again to the point of this whole new symposium. For all of us, across all of our varied disciplines and areas of expertise, to think together about the next steps, to think about how we can build upon our existing knowledge and programming to continue to unpack and solve these complex nutrition challenges. Fortunately, the opportunities here in this room are remarkable. So let's challenge ourselves to take advantage of these 3 days to learn as much as we can from each other and to think about how we can contribute all of that to improve research, policy, and implementation. It is exciting to have national academic and research institutions co-host these events, as they are the institutions which will push this agenda forward as we continue to look for evidence to inform policy and programming. Before I close, I would like to thank and recognize some of the organizations that have made this year's symposium possible: the Government of Nepal, the Institute of Medicine, and the Nutrition Innovation Lab partners. We thank you for your work. I wish you all the best over the next 3 days. I look forward to seeing how your efforts improve nutrition policy, programming, and research around the world, and USAID remains your steadfast partner on this long journey. Thank you very much.